All right, good morning. So we are going to be working on the LP14 project, dealing with how do taxes work. So the first page, all you need to do is make sure you put your name at the top. For the second page, we are going to be talking first about a flat tax system. So a flat tax is basically like what you would pay when you go to the store, right? You go to the store, say you go to the dollar store and you try to buy something for $1. And we wind up having to pay like $1.08 at the cash register. This is that same situation. So if we want to figure out how much money we want to pay on tax, as well as the total amount of this item's cost. So first example here is Donnie. Donnie wants to purchase a new tablet PC for $750. The tax rate in his city is 5.75%. How much will it cost him? So I want to go through and find the important information here. So my tablet costs $750 and my tax rate is 5.75%. So we want to start figuring out first to figure out how much tax you owe. Okay, we're going to use the same process we've been doing. Take the original cost, $750, times the tax rate. Okay, to figure out our tax rate, we take our percent, 5.75%. Remember, bump that decimal 1, 2 times. Empty space gets a 0. So our tax rate is 0.0575. Okay, so to find out how much tax you owe, you want to multiply those numbers together. So 750 times 0.0575. We find out that we would pay $43.125. Okay, now if we remember, money only has 2 decimal places. So this 5, we cut it off. It tells us to round up, and we wind up paying $43.13 in taxes. Okay, so that is the first part of our answer here. We're going to type in, clearly label that the tax is $43.13. The next thing we want to figure out is the total cost here. So to find the total, you take the original price, you take your original $750 plus the amount of tax we pay, plus our $43.13. Okay, add those up. Come on over to our handy dandy calculator. We're going to add that $43.13 plus our $750. And we find out our grand total cost for this computer is $793.13. Okay, a couple things to be cautious of. Notice my money all have dollar signs and my decimals are in the correct locations. My answers are clearly labeled. Okay, both parts of this are going to be required for you to get full credit. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing on this first page with a flat tax. Okay, take a few moments, get the rest of this done. We're going to look at page 2 then. I'm going to do an example there, and that will be the end of the first part of this video. So on page 2, we're still using the flat tax idea, but this time we are going to be doing some comparisons. So this first example here, Rishi plans to purchase a new pair of shoes, but they're at 2 different malls. So what he needs to do is decide, do I go to this mall or do I go to this mall? Which one's going to have the better price on these shoes for me? So if we go through and read, we are going to be finding information out about the North Mall, and we're going to find the information out about the South Mall, and then we will need to compare. So at the North Mall, the original price is $87. $4.99 with a 5.75 tax rate. At the South Mall, they cost $88.99 with a 5.5% tax rate. So all I did was pull out my important information. Let's go ahead and fix that. My 5 looked like a 6. Okay. Turn my decimals, or excuse me, turn those percents into decimals. Give it a double bump. Put your decimal, put your 0. Give it a double bump, same thing. Okay. Now, to figure out how much tax you owe, you multiply. So $87.99 times my 0.0575 and $88.99 times 0.055. So we're going to go ahead and do that math real quick. 87.99, 0.99 times 0.0575. Now that's a big number. Don't forget to round 2 places. This says go up. So our tax here is $5.0, and we round up to 6 cents. Okay, do the same thing on this side. We want to figure out how much do we pay in our tax. 88.99 times 0.055, and that is 489,445. Do the same thing. We're going to round 2 decimal places, cut it off. 4 says round down. So this tax is $4.89. Okay. So what we've first figured out is just what we are paying in tax. Okay. Now we want to figure out how much do the shoes cost in total. So we're going to take our original prices plus the amount of tax we have. So the first pair of shoes at the North Mall is $87.99. The tax was 5.06, so plus 5.06. And the grand total for the shoes at the North Mall is $93.05. Okay, same thing over here. Figure out the totals on the South Mall. 88.99 plus my $4.89 in tax. And that costs me $93.88. Okay, so in comparing, these shoes are the better price, right? 5 cents is cheaper than the 88 cents. So once we've done all that work, you want to make sure you type your answers, give me good, complete sentences. So the shoes at the North Mall cost $93.05. The shoes at the South Mall cost $93.88. The North Mall has the better price. Okay? I want good, complete sentences for your answers. Okay? That provide all the information. So that's how much those cost. That's how much those cost. It has the better price. Okay, so that is what you're going to be doing on page 1 and page 2. I will have an additional video out for you explaining the remaining pages on this project shortly.